If property rights are clearly defined, then it is very transparent who owns what, and if the rights are well defined, we know what we can do with the property. In the context of economic development, there is a key theory we'll come to when we discuss the classical theory. This theory is mainly due to Sir Arthur Lewis. He was visiting Africa trying to understand what was wrong with the development in Africa at that point in time, and he said it appeared that they were using the concept of common property and allocating property according to common property rights. This does not yield the same outcome as when we have private property rights, and the graph you're looking at, I'm saying that when we use clearly defined property rights, the owner of the property will then ensure that the marginal product principle is used to reward various individuals. So you see that for this quantity of labor L1, the wage rate being paid is W1. If we were using a common property principle, what would happen in this case would be a situation where more labor will be hired at that wage rate, and it is clear that if you're trying to hire more labor, you may or may not get a higher return for everyone. Accordingly, as you look at this graph, the average product for this quantity of labor will be at a level up here, so a higher wage rate, and with the current wage rate of W1, the average product of labor is going to involve hiring a larger quantity of labor. Suffice it to say that Sir Arthur Lewis thought that too many workers were being hired at the going wage rate, which for all practical purposes was a subsistence wage rate. And what happens when you do that, we're at this particular point right here, a larger quantity of labor being hired, you can see that you will not get the same benefit. Look at the marginal product. The marginal product of labor is going to be negative at that point. So the contribution of the last worker is so small and might even be negative. You have too many workers and they're getting in each other's way. So that's a case where common property principles do not yield the efficient outcome from the perspective of neoclassical economics.